Hi, so welcome to my channel, and I'm really pleased that you can join me for a Pilates session this afternoon. So I hope you're all keeping okay out there. If you're needing any extra equipment, this is going to be quite a sort of a slightly quicker paced class, just to sort of get our get our heart rate up a little bit. But if at any point you feel you need to rest, it's absolutely fine. Just go into child's pose position, for example, downward dog stretch, just to stretch out, have a rest if you need to. What we're going to do, we're going to start on our hands and knees. So we're going to really make sure that we've got plenty of space. So what we're going to do is stretch out our legs and arms like this. Just make sure we've got enough space to stretch, reach through. So what we can do is just make sure our hands are really planted under our shoulders and knees are under our hips there. We've got a nice hip width apart position here. Now, neutral spine. The neutral spine is the natural curvature through your body. So if I was to pull up like this, you can see I'm curving the spine. And if I relax down like that, you can see I'm hyper-extending through the back. And we need to find that middle position. So we pull up through the stomach. We try and hold that neutral position with the body. Breathe deeply in through the nose. Engage in the core, just about 30%. Exhale, we stretch the opposite arm to leg, and inhale, we bring it back. Exhale, we lengthen through, and inhale, we bring it back. Keeping those knees hip width apart. Exhale, stretch it through, inhale back. Focus is ahead, and you can see there's a rotation there just through the arm and the shoulder. So I bring the palm of the hand towards the center. I'm exhaling away, and I'm inhaling, coming back. Now I'm going to hold my balance here. And I'm going to gently bring the hand to the knee and just test my balance. Engage in my core, breathing deeply in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth as we stretch, as we keep stretching through. Inhale and exhale, lengthen. Inhale and exhale, lengthen it through. Really stretch those fingers out and those toes. Trying your best to keep the pelvis nice and steady. Keeping alignment through the top of the spine. Breathing deeply. We're nearly there. We're going to hold it. We're going to go to the side. We're going to come center, and again, we're going to exhale to the side. Inhale, we're going to come center. I know I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me. But try once you've got the hang of it, just to keep your focus in front of you. Exhale and inhale. And exhale, the leg stays the same height, and hopefully the arm. We're trying to keep the same plane, going to the side and then center. One more, exhale and inhale. We draw it to the middle. Other side, we take it to balance, breathe in to prepare, relax those shoulders back, and we're going to exhale and inhale. Tap that knee, really reach with those fingers, reaching with those toes, stretching through, keeping that length there. In through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Nice long deep breaths. Normally with a Pilates class I teach, it's a bit slower than this. And I normally would have a thicker mat underneath me for extra support. But as we're going to be doing sort of more downward dog stretches and things like that, it's good just to have that yoga mat to stop you slipping the hands and feet. Right, we're going to hold that stretch. We're going to go to the side and center. Deep breath. Exhale, inhale. We're trying not to let the pelvis tilt. It's a little rotation with the hand. Head is staying up, to the side, exhale and inhale, exhale, inhale. Really stretch those toes out, fingers, and exhale, inhale. One more time, exhale, inhale, and we come under center right now. So you really got that placement really in the center there. We're going to go into downward dog. Let's stretch those arms, bring the head center, between those hands, tuck those toes under, press through. Look towards your feet. Now make sure those feet are just hip width apart. Inhale, and as you exhale, try and stretch a little bit further through the body. Deep breath in. And then exhale. Lengthen a little bit more. And deep breath in. And exhale, stretch it through. Now we're going to drop into a plank position. So you can stay on the hands, holding your plank. Just having a little check there, making sure that you're not lifting up through the bottom. Keep that pelvis gently tucking under. Engaging the core. We can go to the elbows. We can breathe deeply here. And then we can balance on one foot Looking over the top of the other side. Hold it there and breathe into the stretch, holding it there. Go into the toes, pressing the heel back. Just go to the toes, pressing that heel. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale. Change legs, hook, a hold, onto the toes, pressing the heel. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. And press it. Nearly there. Rest whenever you need to. Last one. Here we go. To the knees. And let's just gently bring ourselves with a wide knee position and just stretch it through into our child's pose. Really open through those arms. Resting that head down. Expand the chest with the breath. Just using your fingertips. Okay, gently rolling up through that stretch. And then we're just bringing ourselves over and sitting on our mats. Okay, and again here, let's make sure we can stretch out our legs. Make sure when we lay down, we can rest our head. And I can maybe stretch my arms out. So just make sure you do have plenty of space for stretching. And then we're going to bring ourselves back up to this seated position. Now, at this point, you could, if you like, have a weight in your hands and you can hold the weight into the stomach. If not, don't worry. Have the feet connected, lengthen the spine. Inhale, do a pelvic tilt and exhale, roll. Not too far, and come back up. Now, if you have any back injuries, just be very careful of doing anything where you're rolling backwards because it can do a bit of compression with regards to the spine. If there's an issue there with a spinal disc, for example. So you've got to be very careful of what you can and can't do. For example, a forward fold, you might think it's a good idea if you have a bad back, but not necessarily. So it's really important that if you have had any physio in the past, or you're going to have any physio, always ask them lots of questions when you're there, regards of exercise that's good for them, but equally ones that exercise which isn't going to help their recovery, is going to help your recovery. So it's really important to know extension or flexion is good for you. If you haven't got any back injuries at all, fantastic. And you should be okay just doing this gentle pelvic tilt and this little roll down. Exhaling, inhale. Now we're trying to draw the belly button in towards the spine. What we're going to do, we're going to go here, we're going to twist in the center and come up. Deep breath. We're going to exhale, we're going to twist the other way. And you see the elbows are staying really close. Now what happens if I don't have my elbows close? What normally happens is you tend to bring the arms in front, like this. But then you can see the shoulders will go forwards too. So it's quite good if you keep the arms in. That will just stop the shoulders taking over because we've got so much movement through our shoulder joint. We need to control it sometimes. Now what we can do is we can roll all the way down to the floor. You don't have to. If you're going to do the halfway down one, then two of those to one of these. Squeezing in gently and lifting up, lengthening. Breathing in through the nose, take your time, exhale, slowly down. You want to feel very gently releasing to neutral spine. While I'm here, neutral spine is just this little gap here in the lumbar, which we try and maintain. It's quite tricky as you come up to maintain that neutral spine, but just try your very best to do that. Make sure your knees are not too close to your body as well. See what happens if my knees come right in? I find it really hard to sit up straight. So make sure those knees are away, enabling you to open up the body and really lengthen the body. So you continue. While you're listening to me, while I talk a lot, please keep doing the exercise because hopefully you can listen and just keep going with the exercise at the same time. Now what we can do is combine different things. So we're going to inhale and twist and exhale, come up and then do the other side. Inhale, twist, exhale, and then we're going to go all the way down and 1 and 2 and up 1 and 2. If I'm going too quickly for you, then just go at your own pace. Don't feel that you have to go as quickly as this. So there are lots of different levels, lots of different options for you to pick. And breathe deeply in through the nose. I should go down first. And out through the mouth. Try to get that breath expanding through the chest. Don't take the arms up too early here. Make sure they come back here before coming up. If you do need a little bit of momentum, okay, fine. But just try to let the arms take over with that stretch. So heel we twist. Keep those feet together. Try and keep the knees level. That's a tricky one. And that stops the pelvis twisting. All right. And going out of alignment. So we'll do that one more time. And then we're going to come up. Deep breaths here and go all the way down. As we come down, draw the knees to tabletop position, interlace the fingers behind the head. Now we're going to exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Now I'm maintaining a neutral spine. Once again, I'll explain. Neutral spine is the natural curve through the body. I'm just going to add this in, stretching the legs. Deep breaths. I'm not imprinting my spine into the floor. I'm keeping the body long and lengthened, and I'm turning those feet out a little bit as I stretch my legs, exhale and inhale. I'm letting the head become very heavy in my hands. I'm not letting the head hold it, bringing itself up. I'm using my hands to lift the head. This will make your neck relax. This will make sure you're not going to get an achy head or a neck. When you lift, exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Now what I'm going to do is give you an option. And one is to drop that foot down if you need support. And then you can twist to the side. You can exhale, twist. And you've got that support by keeping that foot down, which is really good if you need it. And you can still work really hard. Still working those obliques. Okay, deep breaths. Exhale on that twist. And then what you can do is you can still add in that extension and then you can go down and then up. And exhale and inhale. So this is a really lovely option. And you're getting those hip flexors working because you're drawing that knee in as much as you can without imprinting the spine. Breathe deeply. And if you're enjoying this video, please subscribe to my channel. And then I think you just get a notice of when there's a video there for you to watch. And then when you come back here, we're going to change onto the other side. So here, up we go. And we're going to lift up and down. And then we're going to take it into that twist. Now the up bit is just as important as the twist. So you've really got to try and think of adding that into a nice, smooth, fluid movement. So there isn't any gap, if you like. I mean, I do break it down just to demonstrate. So you go up and twist, centre, down, which is absolutely fine. But then you try and blend it together. So we do try and sort of make sure it's like a nice, smooth, fluid movement, like I said before, with the breath. And then we can add in that leg lengthening away. And then increase the hip flexor stretch. And then I go on about hip flexors a lot because if you get tightness in the hips, it can affect the back. It all does have a knock-on effect through the body. On the exhale, extension through, inhale back. And exhale, how we get them on, and inhale. And this is a really lovely option, like I say, with one leg down. Now, bear in mind, you can have both of those legs up. You can make it more challenging by twisting side to side, alternating those legs there, okay? Now, don't drop the leg down too low, and there's a good reason for that. And especially when you've had a baby, like I did 2 years ago. Seems like yesterday, but you've got to be really careful because of your pelvic floor muscles and making sure that you're not putting pressure down on those muscles. You need to think about how you engage those muscles. So I'll do another video about that. All right, because a lot of us know how to do one lot of engaging of the pelvic floor, but there is another one which is to do with engaging from the bottom and zipping up round to the top. So that's a different way of engaging the pelvic floor. So there's the short and the long version, if you like. of the lift of the pelvic floor muscles. And just because they're inside us, we must never forget about them. They're really, really important. Once you realise when things happen, you go, oh, okay, perhaps I should have been doing my exercises for my pelvic floor. And that goes for men and women. How are we doing? Are we nearly there? We go for 4, for 3, deep breaths, and for 2, and for 1. Now let's just draw it down, and you should really feel quite warm through the centre. Let's just stretch it out for a minute and breathe into that stretch. So I'm just going to have a quick check just to see how long we've been going. So we're just going to go for a few more minutes here, okay? And there's a really classic exercise called the plank. So we bring both legs to the tabletop and connect those feet. Now the knees, they can be slightly closer, but just be really careful that you don't imprint. See the difference there? Imprint of the spine and neutral spine. And you can see the difference there through the front of my body, how it changes. Now what you need to be aware of is your rib cage, that it doesn't pop up like that. And I'm over exaggerating there, but there you can see hyperextension through the back. So you've really got to draw it in, keep it nice and relaxed, breathe, and the option again of having that foot there to support your back. So we are going to go to 100. I'm going to support my head. And you've got that arm there. Now we're going to do 5 pulses and 1 breath. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have a little shuffle of the shoulders and try and go a bit higher through the shoulders. And let that head relax into the hands. Any discomfort in your back, you need to support your back and keep that foot onto the floor. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, then exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. When you get to 50, if you're doing what I'm doing, you change arms and you have the other hand behind your head. And if you've got one foot down, after 50 pulses, you place the other foot to the floor. And I think I'm about there. I always lose count because I talk so much. So you need to count for yourself. Breathe in for 5. Exhale for 5. Lengthening the fingertips. Making sure you're shuffling up so the shoulders are gently lifting. Engage you gently through the stomach. And you're breathing in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. We're nearly there. You've probably done more like 200 than 100, which is always the case with me. But we're getting there. And we're gently going to control down, slowly, 1 leg at a time. You must take your time to come down. Yeah? No plonk yourself down, because otherwise all what you've done has gone out the window regards of technique. So we stretch out again, stretching out the arms and the legs, lengthening through, fingertips and the toes. Okay, so bringing the legs parallel, hip width apart. We are going to start with a bent leg and we're going to draw it in towards the head. Inhale, exhale. Now you will imprint the spine. Inhale, exhale. If you need to support the head, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, you draw that knee in. Okay, you really extend through the other leg. Now this is option 1. If you don't want to lift the head, right, so the head's not in it at all, you draw the knee in and it comes out. This is absolutely fine, really good stretch for those hip flexors. So, you're still thinking about having a really good stretch through the hips if you need to, which is really, really important for us at the moment, especially if all we're doing is going for a walk. You need to stretch out your body. It's so important that you try your best to do that. Now let's move on. We can draw that leg up towards the head, flex the foot and down. We're going to exhale and inhale and exhale. If this is not good for you, then stay with the bent leg coming into the body. Okay? Again, never have any discomfort in the body at all. So if your head doesn't want to lift, fine. Keep it down. If you're stressed coming to the neck, please do not place the hands behind the knee, directly above or below. Okay, because it's very delicate there and we don't want to pull any ligaments or muscles around that area. So breathe deeply. What we do, you can stay up here, really engage through here and switch and switch. Breathing deeply in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. All right, so we're trying to keep our shoulders up, toes down. Alternate the feet. Can you see? Yeah, they go down, it goes up, and you keep going, breathing in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. If your head doesn't want to be up, gently place it down. Ideally, you'd have a block under your head. Blocks are good if you've got one. Nearly there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees in. Now, doing really well. One more exercise. Now, imprint the spine, extend those legs. Turn out those legs. So you're going to be like that. All right? Up they go. Support the head. Now, bend those knees and then turn down. Then we got an angle. Here. Now, your knees are slightly open, not too much. Exhale up. Inhale down. When you go up, point your toes. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stretch it up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now, adding on, go up, lower, take it up, and bend it back in. Deep breaths. Exhale. Neutral. Flat back. Down. Exhale. Down. Neutral. And then flat back. Deep breaths. Exhale. Take it down. Just take it up. And drop the head. Tuck the chin. Make sure you're keeping those elbows open. Heavy head in the hands. Interlace the fingers. Neutral spine. Don't let the ribcage lift. Exhale. Taking it down. Inhale. Nearly there. I always say this, but you are doing really. I can't count for toffee, right? So I can say talk too much, but it's all for your benefit. So you get in the right position. Last one. Take it down. There you go. Right. Just wiggle those hips gently round a little. Right then, so the last thing we're going to do, like I say, is kind of a power. I'm not the best at doing power Pilates because I'm getting old. So my pace of quick is not how it used to be. Right, so you're bringing your feet towards your bottom. Now, you don't want your feet to be really tucked under because that's really hard to go up into a bridge. Equally, you do not want your feet miles away. There's not enough leverage. So find a nice happy medium with where you place the feet. Start the legs and feet together in the middle. Now, as you cannot see your feet, we might be able to, we're looking there, you can see, but you will not be able to see placement of the feet. Turn the toes out, so it's good to start with legs and feet together. Toes turn out, heels turn out. Now, I know it's a guide, I know you're in class and your teacher isn't there to help correct you, but it's a rough guide, hopefully that they're parallel, right? Now you want to feel, making sure there's an equal placement of weight in both feet and that you're not rolling the feet out and equally in. Now that helps with knees being in line with hips and feet. Neutral spine. So again, I'm not flattening the back. I am not hyperextending it. I'm in the center. You find your neutral spine, those hips are nice and parallel. Gently engage, gently draw the belly button in a little. 30% is hard, isn't it? Hold 30%. It's hard to find it. You either know 50 or 100. So you can always pull in really, really tight and go, that's 100 for me, that's 100%. I can't breathe. Ooh, you know, it's really, really tight. And then you can release it a little bit and think, that's about 50. Then I'm about 30. That's good, right? Okay. Now then, relax those shoulders. Breathe deeply. As we breathe in, we do a pelvic tilt. As we exhale, we push hips high. The hips go high, not the rest of the body. This is flush. The hips are the ones doing the push. Inhale. Now, gently roll down as if you're in soft sand. You're laying on a nice hot beach somewhere. Imagine you've gone on holiday. Now, release onto neutral spine. We can all imagine this, yeah? We can all imagine we're on holiday. Inhale, tilt. Exhale, push gently. 2 strings attached to those hip bones. Those strings are going parallel, straight up to the ceiling. Inhale, through the chest. Exhale, we roll gently down. We release to neutral. Now, you can focus, if you know about engaging pelvic floor, engaging pelvic floor. Now, as you lift up, you're clenching your bum, right? So it's quite hard for pelvic floor to engage. But as you come down, buttocks relaxes, internally think, lift up. Think about lifting up, zipping up, lifting up inside when you get to neutral, and then when you tilt and lift again, release the pelvic floor. It's hard, I know, but try your very best. Breathe deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. And the pelvic floor ones, exercises, take a lot of time and practice, and you need to just have time to just do those without doing a frantic manic workout on top of it, if that makes sense. So sometimes you have to break things down to get it right, to get it in your head, to focus. All right, so sometimes these things have to be done on an individual basis. All right, and if you haven't had babies yet, or you're still really young, if you're like, my pelvic floor's fine, I don't need to worry about my pelvic floor muscles, they're fine. Still do your exercises. Because now I'm 40, it's like, you start to notice things, don't you, a bit more. And how important it is to do those exercises so you're able to still do all of those fantastic activities that you want to do, and not think about having an accident, So it's really important we have to think about that. Last one. Taking deep breaths. So, sorry about all my rabbiting on. No, I do. As you come down. To release neutral, bring those knees all the way in. So let the back release and just have a little roll side to side, okay? Round and round. Gently does it both ways. And what we're going to do is just have a nice little release through the back. So feet are a bit wider, a bit further away from you. And you're going to take them to the side, and you're going to take the head the other way. And you're going to make sure that your shoulders stay well down on the floor, so you're not taking the shoulders with you. If you want a slightly deeper stretch in the hips, then you can have your feet a little bit closer to the body. And having the feet a bit wider will let the hips open a bit more. Okay, so we've kind of done a little bit of a power Pilates. It's been quite gentle, really. I haven't done really any reps as such of the exercises. We've pretty much just gone through an exercise and then moved on. But that's good. That's okay. That's good. You've done some stretching and exercise. That's all good. All right, and then when you're ready, as you come into the middle, just so to be nice and safe, getting up from the floor, just roll onto the side of the body. That's the safest way, especially when you're laying down, and then just bring yourself gently up to sitting, because you might not realise, but you can get a bit dizzy sometimes when you lay down, and also you don't want to pull your back by just suddenly sitting up from a flat back. So bringing yourself up to seated. I would normally do a warm-up standing, and I would cool down standing. But today, we're just going to sit for a moment and breathe deeply back into the stomach. Back into this lovely, loose baby stomach. Okay. Let's cover it up a bit. All right, so breathe deeply. Just feeling the relaxation through the shoulders. Drop the head to the chest, and we just let the head roll around. And I would do normally a longer session for this, but I've just gotten over a cold. But actually, I'm really pleased at how quickly I've gotten over my cold. So I have my child to thank for that, because he eats really well, actually. Lots of apples and raw carrots and peppers and things like that. And so it sort of helps me eat that way as well. So there's a good reason for having all of this loose skin, isn't there? When you've got a baby and the baby eats really well. Lift those shoulders up and drop them down. And breathing in and exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Let's drop those shoulders. One more inhale. And exhale. And then we're going to let the arms come to the side. And stretch up and over on the exhale breath. And inhale. And exhale. We stretch up and over. Make sure you're bending that supporting arm. And we just make sure that we are nice and comfortable. And it's really hard, actually, not to sort of rotate the torso. So we try and keep that length there the whole time. Okay, and deep breath, and exhale. And inhale. And one more time, exhale. And inhale. And as we come to center, we're just going to stretch out our legs a little. You can take them slightly wider than hip width apart if you like, which is absolutely fine. And then we're going to go towards one leg, and we're going to stretch gently down. You can draw the feet up towards you if you like. Just breathe into that stretch. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And hopefully you feel a little bit more energized. It's hard sometimes, isn't it? You know, you're trying to keep busy and doing stuff. And then we just come into center. You take hold of the feet, that'd be great. You can go a little wider. Relax the head if you want to. I like to keep a bit of length through the back of my neck here. So the next session I'll do is going to be more of a relaxation Pilates class, and I hope you can join me. And I might be able to get time to do that tomorrow. So keep an eye out. It will be a bit longer. And just gently come out that stretch. There we go. So thank you very much for joining me. And hopefully see you soon. So take care, everybody. Bye-bye.